Hello, dear students. Today we will study the inverse Laplace transform, the Laplace transform of derivatives, first and second derivatives, and the method of solution of differential equations by Laplace transform method. At first we take inverse Laplace transform, which may be abbreviated by ILT. As you know, Laplace transform of fx is given by this equation and denoted by fs or Laplace transform of fx. So, if fs is equal to Laplace transform of fx is the Laplace transform of function fx defined for all positive values of x, then inverse Laplace transform of fs is given by this relation L inverse of fs, which is equal to fx. That is, Laplace transform of fx is fs and its inverse Laplace transform is fs. So, this table shows the Laplace transform of function fx and its inverse Laplace transform. Means this is the Laplace transform and this is inverse Laplace transform. As you have studied in the previous lecture, that the Laplace transform of constant c is c upon s. Similarly, Laplace transform of x is 1 upon s. Laplace transform of x to power n is factorial n upon s to power n plus 1. Laplace transform of e to ax is equal to 1 upon s minus a. Similarly, Laplace transform of e to minus ax is equal to 1 upon s plus a. Laplace transform of sin ax is equal to a upon s square plus a square. Laplace transform of cos ax is s upon s square plus a square. And in case of sin hyperbolic ax, relation is similar to this with the negative sign in the denominator. Similarly, in case of cos hyperbolic ax, relation is similar to this with the negative sign in the denominator. So, its inverse Laplace transform is this one and its Laplace transform is this one. Next, the method of solution of differential equations by Laplace transform method. For this, we can solve this in 3 steps as discussed here. In step 1, we take the Laplace transform of on both sides of the given differential equation and apply the given initial conditions. This step converts the given differential equation into algebraic equation. In step 2, the algebraic equation obtained in step 1 is solved. And in step 3, the inverse Laplace transform is taken. ILT of solution obtained in step 2, obtained in step 2 gives the required solution. Gives the required solution of given differential equation. In step 3, inverse Laplace transform of the solution obtained in step 2 is obtained, which gives the required solution of given differential equation. Laplace transform of derivatives. Laplace transform of derivatives. Now we take Laplace transform of derivatives. At first, Laplace transform of first derivative. We know that Laplace transform of function fx is written as fs, which is 0 to infinity equal to 0 to infinity e to power minus sx fx dx. This is suppose equation first. Now if you replace fx with f dash x, then we get Laplace transform of f dash x, which is first derivative, will be equal to 0 to infinity e to power minus sx f dash x dx. Now we can integrate this by parts, taking this as u and this as v. So the integration will be e to power minus sx, its integral fx from 0 to infinity minus its derivative 0 to infinity. Its derivative means s into e to power minus sx, its antiderivative, which is fx dx. Now this gives e to power minus infinity upper limit into f infinity minus e to power 0 into f0 minus this minus minus plus s comes out of integral 0 to infinity e to power minus sx fx dx. This is 0, so first term becomes 0. This is 1 minus 1, this is minus f0 plus s, and this quantity is equal to fs from equation 1 into fs from equation 1. Thus the Laplace transform of first derivative f dash x will be equal to s fs minus f0. This is suppose equation 2. Now we take Laplace transform of second derivative. Laplace transform of second derivative. Again we know Laplace transform of fx is given by this. Suppose this was already equation 1. Now we replace fx with double second derivative f double dash x. Therefore Laplace transform of second derivative f double dash x will be equal to 0 to infinity e to power minus sx f double dash x dx. Again we can integrate it by parts, taking this as u and this as v. So e to power minus sx into its antiderivative f dash x from 0 to infinity minus 0 to infinity. Its derivative means minus x into e to power minus sx into its antiderivative f dash x dx. Again first term becomes 0 as e to power minus infinity into f dash infinity minus second lower limit gives e to power minus 0 e to power 0 into f dash 0. This minus gives plus s, plus, and s comes out of integral 0 to infinity e to power minus sx f dash x dx. This is 0. This is minus 1. Minus f dash 0 plus s, and this is the Laplace transform of first derivative as we have obtained above. So this is Laplace transform of first derivative from equation 2 or from case 1 studied first and before, and minus f dash 0 plus s, its value is obtained in above article in equation 2. You can put this as s fs minus f0 from equation 2 above. So this becomes minus f dash 0. S into s means s square fs minus s f0, or rearranging this, or this can be written as Laplace transform of second derivative is equal to s square fs minus s f0 minus f0 capital f0 minus f dash 0. This is equation 3. Laplace transform of first derivative equation 2 and second derivative equation 3 must be remembered in order to solve the differential equations. Now we solve some differential equations with Laplace transform method. Problem number 1 is solve dn upon dt plus lambda n is equal to 0, where n is n naught at t is equal to 0. This is the initial condition. Now this is first derivative. Now suppose this is equation given. Differential equation is dn upon dt plus lambda n is equal to 0. Suppose this is equation 1, where this means that n0 is equal to n at 0 is equal to n naught. Now in step 1 we take Laplace transform of this equation and apply this initial condition. So, taking Laplace transform on both sides of equation 1, we get this is first derivative, and as you know its Laplace transform is s. N is function and small n is its Laplace transform. Therefore you may write it as n s, just like small fs. S ns minus n0. This is similar to s fs, small fs minus capital F0. This is Laplace transform of this one plus lambda, which is constant, and its Laplace transform will be n s. Laplace transform of 0 is 0 constant upon s means 0 upon s. Now apply the initial condition, means replace this with the minus n naught plus lambda ns is equal to 0. Now ns may be taken common, we get s plus lambda, and this goes to the right hand side giving n naught. Therefore ns will be equal to n naught upon s plus lambda. This is suppose equation 2. This completes step 2, that is Laplace transform is taken on both sides of given differential equation and initial condition is applied. First step, this converts the given differential equation into algebraic equation. Now algebraic equation is solved, step 2, and in step 3 its inverse Laplace transform is taken. So inverse Laplace transform of equation 2 gives the required solution of given equation 1 as. Now its inverse Laplace transform will be n t. N t means this is similar to capital F, and t is dependent variable time t, which may be simply written as n. N naught is constant, and this is its inverse Laplace transform will be 1 upon inverse Laplace transform of 1 upon s plus lambda will be equal to e to power minus lambda t, as in the table above you can see the Laplace transform of e to power ax is equal to 1 upon e to power minus ax is equal to 1 upon s plus a. Therefore its Laplace transform will be 1 upon s plus lambda. Okay? Therefore inverse Laplace transform of 1 upon s plus lambda will be e to power minus lambda, or simply you can write it as n is equal to n naught e to power minus lambda t. And as you know, this is famous equation in radioactivity. This is initial number of radioactive atoms. Lambda is decay constant, and this is the number of atoms remained after time t. So this is the solution of this equation. Question is solve y double dash minus 6 minus y dash minus 6 y is equal to 0. The initial conditions are y0 is 1, y0 is 1, and y dash 0 is minus 1. These are the initial conditions. Suppose this is equation 1. Now at first, or in step 1, we take Laplace transform on both sides. So taking Laplace transform on both sides of equation 1. We get this is second derivative, and as you know, here it is capital Y, therefore its Laplace transform we will use small y. As in above question, we had used small n in place of capital N during Laplace transform. So this is second derivative. Its Laplace transform will be s square small y s, just like small f s, minus s y 0 minus y dash 0. These are capital Y. Here is it is small y. This is first derivative minus s y s minus capital Y 0. Laplace transform of first derivative, Laplace transform of second derivative, and this is minus 6. This is similar to fx. Its Laplace transform will be small fx means small ys, small fs, and Laplace transform of 0 is 0. Now we apply initial conditions. Therefore, we may take ys here, and y. Therefore, s square ys minus s into 1 minus y dash 0 means minus 1 minus s ys minus minus plus y 0 is 1 minus 6 y s is equal to 0. Now ys may be taken common. Ys, small ys may be taken common. S square minus s minus 6. This is plus 1 and this is plus 1. Plus 2 goes to the right, minus 2, and this s goes to the right, plus s, plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 goes to the right, becoming minus 2. So ys will be equal to s minus 2 upon s square minus s minus 6. Now, after factorization of this term, we get s minus 2 upon factors are s plus 2 and s minus 2. S plus 2 and s minus 2. Suppose now we solve this by fraction method. Suppose this is equal to a upon this, s plus 2 plus b upon s minus 2. Now, when you take therefore ys will be equal to s minus 2 divided by s square minus s minus 6, which can be factorized as s plus 2 s minus 3. Now let us assume it to be equal to a upon s plus 2 plus b upon s minus 3. So you can write it as s plus 2 into s minus 3, a into s minus 3a plus b into s plus 2a. So s may be taken common, we get s a plus b. Now here as plus bs is taken common. Now minus 3a plus 2b minus 3a, 2b minus 3a. Now s, as you know, s is a parameter which may be real or complex. Therefore we must have the coefficients of complex number equated and coefficients of real number equated. Therefore in this equation, we suppose this is equation number, suppose this is equation 2. So equating the coefficients of real and complex terms, in equation 2, we get here coefficient of s is a plus b, coefficient of s is here 1 and here it is a plus b. A plus b is equal to 1, and coefficient of real term, that is 2b minus 3a plus 2b is equal to minus 2. When you solve these two, you will get the values of a and b. On solving these two, we get the value of a and value of b, as b is 1 upon 5, b is 1 upon 5 and a is 4 upon 5. So the unknown values of a and b now become known. Now we can put these values in place of a and b here. So if you name this equation as equation as equation 3, this equation as equation 3. Therefore equation 3 can be written as here ys is equal to a means 4 by 5, so 4 by 5 s plus 2 plus b means 1 by 5 s minus 3. Suppose this is equation number 4. This was equation 3. Equation 3 means equation 4. Now inverse Laplace transform of equation 4 gives the required solution of given differential equation as, so we get capital Y x, which is simply capital Y This is 4 upon 5 is the coefficient, and it is similar to 1 upon s plus 2 means e to power minus 2x. As you know, e to minus ax gives Laplace transform 1 upon s plus a. So its Laplace transform will be 1 upon s plus 2, and its inverse will be this one. Again, plus 1 upon 5 is constant coefficient, and its Laplace transform will be e to power 3x. Therefore, or y will be equal to 4 by 5 e to power minus 2x plus 1 upon 4 by 5 e to power minus 2x upon 1 by 5 e to power 3x. This will be the required result.